Ever wondered why you're not as financially secure as you'd like to be? We often attribute our financial state to external factors, but sometimes the issue lies within our own actions. It's the financial mistakes we make that can thwart our journey towards financial stability. These errors can take many forms, from seemingly harmless daily habits to major life decisions. They might be as mundane as failing to track your expenses or as significant as neglecting to invest early. They could involve living beyond your means, ignoring the importance of insurance, or not having an emergency fund. The consequences could be as immediate as falling for a get-rich-quick scheme, or as delayed as neglecting your retirement savings. These mistakes, while different in nature, share a common thread. They can lead to long-term financial instability. It's a tough pill to swallow, but fear not. We're here to shed light on these mistakes to help you steer clear of them. So, without further ado, let's delve into the first financial mistake. The first financial mistake is living beyond your means. This is when you spend more than you earn, creating a dangerous illusion of wealth. It's easy to get caught up in the glamour of expensive gadgets, designer clothes, and luxurious vacations, but these are often just smoke and mirrors. You see, overspending can lead you into the treacherous world of credit card debt. And let me tell you, it's a slippery slope. Interest rates can stack up quickly, turning a small purchase into a mountain of debt. Instead, let's talk about budgeting. It's not as scary as it sounds. Simply put, it's about understanding your income and expenses and making sure the former always exceeds the latter. Budgeting helps you build real, sustainable wealth. It encourages you to save, invest, and grow your money rather than just spending it. Remember, true wealth comes from living within your means. The second financial mistake is not investing early. Picture compound interest as a snowball rolling down a hill. The more it rolls, the more snow it picks up, and the bigger it becomes. That's the magic of compound interest. The sooner you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. Imagine two friends, Alex and Jamie. Alex starts investing $100 a month at age 25, while Jamie waits until he's 35 to do the same. Fast forward to when they're both 65, Alex will have a significantly larger nest egg, even though they invested the same amount each month. That's because Alex's money had an extra 10 years to compound and grow. By waiting to invest, you're missing out on potential earnings. It's not about having a large sum to start with, but rather starting as early as possible. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market. The third financial mistake is ignoring insurance. Now let's talk about insurance, a critical safety net that often gets overlooked. Many of us think it's just an unnecessary expense, but here's the truth. Insurance is your financial bodyguard. It stands between you and potential financial disasters. Imagine your house falling victim to a natural disaster or a sudden health crisis, leaving you with a mountain of medical bills. Without insurance, these situations can drain your savings dry, but with insurance, you're not left to bear the full brunt of these unexpected costs. There's a common misconception that insurance is a luxury, only for those with money to burn. This couldn't be further from the truth. Insurance is a tool for financial stability, shielding you from the unpredictable storms of life. So, don't ignore insurance. It's better to have it and not need it, than need it and not have it. Remember, insurance is not a luxury but a necessity for financial security. The fourth financial mistake is not having an emergency fund. Now, what's an emergency fund? It's a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. These unexpected events can be stressful and costly. Here's where an emergency fund comes into play. It's the buffer between you and the unexpected, like a car breakdown or a sudden job loss. Picture this, you lose your job. Without an emergency fund, you may have to take on debt to cover your bills, which could lead to a downward spiral in your financial health. But if you've set aside some money for emergencies, you can weather the storm without devastating your finances. So, how do you build an emergency fund? Start small. Aim to save up 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses over time. Automate your savings if you can, and before you know it, you'll have a safety net ready. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. The fifth financial mistake is neglecting retirement savings. It's easy to push retirement planning to the back of our minds, particularly when we're young and retirement seems like a distant reality. But there's a significant risk in this approach. Relying solely on Social Security can be a shaky strategy, as these funds may not be enough to maintain your desired lifestyle once you've stopped working. Instead, consider the substantial benefits of employer-sponsored retirement plans, like 401(k)s or Roth IRAs. These plans often come with tax advantages, and sometimes employers even match your contributions, essentially providing free money. By starting early, you leverage the power of compound interest, where your earnings generate even more earnings. Essentially, your money works for you. Remember, retirement isn't just about ending your working years, it's about beginning a new chapter of life. Retirement may seem far off, but it's never too early to start saving. The sixth financial mistake is the lack of financial education. It's a common pitfall many of us stumble into, largely because our schools often don't teach us about money management. This gap in knowledge can lead to misunderstandings about how credit works, the impact of interest rates, and the importance of saving and investing. Imagine attempting to navigate a ship without a compass. That's what it's like trying to manage your money without understanding the basics of finance. It's easy to get lost and end up in a sea of debt or financial instability. But don't despair. There are many resources available to help you improve your financial knowledge. From online courses to books, podcasts, and even free resources offered by local communities and banks. These tools can help you understand budgeting, investing, taxes, and retirement planning. Remember, nobody is born a financial guru. It's a learned skill. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to finances. The seventh financial mistake is not tracking expenses. It's easy to let money slip through your fingers when you're not keeping a close eye on where it's going. You might think you're only spending a few dollars here and there, but those small purchases can quickly add up to a big hole in your wallet. Now, tracking expenses is more than just watching your bank account dwindle. It's about understanding your spending habits. Do you tend to splurge on weekends? Are you spending more on takeout than you thought? By tracking your expenses, you can answer these questions and more. In today's digital age, there's no shortage of tools to help you. Budgeting apps can categorize your expenses, track your spending, and even set limits to help you stay on track. They can be your financial compass, guiding you towards better money management. Remember, what gets measured gets managed. By tracking your expenses, you're taking control of your money and setting yourself up for financial success. The eighth financial mistake is avoiding risk. Now, risk might sound like a bad word, but when it comes to financial growth, it's actually a key player. But how so, you may ask? Well, here's the thing, financial growth often requires a level of risk-taking. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it to grow. There's always a chance it might not sprout, but without planting it, there's zero chance of growth. The same concept applies to your finances. However, it's crucial to understand the difference between reckless risk and calculated risk. Reckless risk is like diving into a pool without checking the depth, while calculated risk is more like carefully stepping into unknown waters with a life jacket on. This brings us to the concept of risk tolerance. It's about understanding your capacity to endure potential financial losses. Remember, it's not about avoiding risk altogether, but about managing it wisely. Risk is part of the path to financial success, so embrace it, but with caution and wisdom. The ninth financial mistake is falling for get-rich-quick schemes. We've all seen them, those shiny ads promising instant wealth with little to no work. It's tempting, isn't it? The idea of skipping the grind and landing straight into a life of luxury. But here's the reality check. Such schemes are often scams. They play on our desires, promising a shortcut to wealth that doesn't exist. They're expertly crafted to lure you in, often using high-pressure tactics and unrealistic promises. And once you're hooked, they can strip you of your hard-earned money, leaving you in a worse financial situation than before. The importance of due diligence cannot be overstated when it comes to your finances. Research, ask questions, and always be skeptical of anything that promises a shortcut to wealth. It's often a long journey, but with patience and smart decisions, it's a journey worth taking. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The 10th and final financial mistake is not setting financial goals. Imagine, if you will, embarking on a journey with no destination in mind. It's a bit like that when it comes to your finances. Without clear financial goals, you're essentially wandering without a clear path. Financial goals provide a roadmap to financial success. They guide your spending, saving, and investment decisions, keeping you on track towards your desired financial future. Whether it's saving for a down payment on a house, planning for retirement, or building an emergency fund, having concrete goals can be a potent motivator. However, it's not enough to merely set goals. They need to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A goal such as "I want to save a lot of money" is too vague. Instead, consider something more specific like, "I want to save $10,000 in 2 years." Remember, financial success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of careful planning and goal setting. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Avoiding these 10 financial mistakes can put you on the path to financial security. Let's take a quick recap. Living beyond your means? A recipe for disaster. Start investing early, and you'll thank yourself later. Insurance isn't just a sales pitch, it's a safety net. An emergency fund is your buffer against life's unpredictable moments. Retirement savings? The earlier, the better. Financial education is a must-have, not a nice-to-have. Keep track of your expenses because every penny counts. Don't shy away from calculated risks, they can lead to big rewards. Get-rich-quick schemes are just that, schemes. And lastly, setting financial goals is the roadmap to your financial success. The road to financial security might look daunting, but remember, it's all about taking that first step, and then the next. Knowledge is power, and you've got what it takes to navigate the financial landscape. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. Remember, financial success is within your reach. The information provided in this video or communication is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not intended as and should not be considered financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. The content is based on general principles and may not be applicable to your specific financial situation or needs. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor, accountant, attorney, or other professional before making any financial decisions or taking any actions related to your finances. Any investments or financial decisions you make are solely your responsibility. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and there are no guarantees of any specific outcomes or returns. While every effort has been made to ensure the accuracy and completeness of the information provided, we do not warrant or guarantee its accuracy, reliability, or suitability for your individual circumstances. We do not endorse or promote any specific investment products, services, or strategies mentioned in this video or communication. Any references to such products, services, or strategies are for illustrative purposes only, and do not constitute a recommendation or endorsement. You should conduct your own research and due diligence before making any financial decisions. In summary, this video or communication is not financial advice, and you should not rely on it as such. It is essential to seek professional advice tailored to your specific financial situation and goals before making any financial decisions or taking any actions.